Hello, welcome to Game Talk. I believe this is episode 3. I'm recording this on March 25th, 2003. And this episode, I admit that because I just had kind of a hard Tuesday, played some Overwatch. It was a day where, I had to deal with some stuff at work. And while I like the Elder Worlds, sometimes I just want that kind of hit within 5 minutes. I want to play. Hi, cat. I want to play, like, what's 60 divided by 5? 12 games, get that hit of up and down, win or lose, and get out. And the Outer Worlds is actually doing story beats a lot faster than I anticipated, but not actually doing, it's not that rate. I did keep playing the Outer Worlds, but it's been, I'm hitting the middle of the story, so there's a lot less new things, but it's been fun. Let's see, what did I do of late? Okay, so the next big story mission was to go to Byzantium, which is which is the capital city in this colony, and it's set up on Terra 2. And I didn't really want to do that first, so I went off and did some side missions, one of which was called the Empty Man. One of the companions, Max DeSoto, who is a preacher of what's it called? He is exploring philosophist ideology, but he's all about what he calls the plan, which is the idea that everything is deterministic, that everything, that there is a plan, that you could know, that in theory you can learn it and you can find out what happens. And his journey, what we've done so far is, in my first playthrough, we went to the old colony. So there's been 2 planets that have been colonized, and the first one, what they used to call Terra 1, but which is currently called Monarch, the colony failed, and so the corporate overlords, the board, moved everyone over to Terra 2 minus one corporation and some holdouts. And so Max had a companion mission on that. So it went all the way down to the planet, went out to the middle of nowhere, and we found someone who he had said, and this turned out to be a lie, he'd said that this person would be able to translate this text that was entirely in French. It was a philosophist text that he thought would give him more insight into the plan. The lie was that he absolutely knew that this guy wasn't going to be able to translate it, and so he wanted to wreck this guy's face. And I'm playing my character as a peacemaker, one who does have violent tendencies, or not tendencies, who accepts violence when it just kind of happens due to mistakes on my part. Though I did do more safe scumming this time around, but I'll get to that. So it was interesting. So I held Max back from beating up on this guy because I didn't think that was a good thing. He thanked me later for it, but the next stage of his story was to go out to this mining colony and find someone who could actually translate the text. And instead of listening to someone read to us for a long period of time, instead, wow, cat, we went out to this mining colony, and what happened was that instead of listening to someone translate a work or having to read it myself, the lady, I don't remember what she's called, something mystical. She said, no, just go on this drug trip. And we did. And the drug trip was really about letting go of things, of not fretting about things as you want them to be, and to really accept things as they are. Which, sounds a little bit trite, but I did think that it turned out to be like one of the basis, the foundation of Max's anger is because he expected things to be one way. The thing he expected was that as he grew in his faith, as he became more powerful within his religious organization, he thought that he would find the happiness that his parents, who believed in the plan wholeheartedly, he thought that he would find their inner peace. And it turned out that that was no. As he searched for the plan, as he tried to search for something that would make him happy, it just made him angrier because it wasn't working. And that was. I think it's one of those things that you kind of have to balance between accepting bad things as they are. I think you have to think about how things aren't good right now. Or maybe there are good things in the world, don't get me wrong, but there are aspects of this world which aren't good. So going out there and changing them, that's acceptable, but it's kind of different from being angry that things haven't already changed. Or on a less highfalutin, more personal level, you're playing a team game like, say, Overwatch, and you can get really upset that your tank is not attacking or attacking too much, that your supports aren't healing you enough, that your DPS aren't literally esports professionals and able to shoot a fly from 100 miles off, seeing only a pixel of their wing or something along those lines. And instead just play the game and accept things as they are, and just, when you win, you win, when you lose, you lose. And that's not something that I think is maybe this comes naturally to some people. I do think that it's easy for me to fall into that trap, but all I do, I guess, is sit there and be like, well, it is what it is. This person there are so many factors that come into play when someone starts playing this game. They could be just here to have fun, which means they could be drunk, they could be high, they could be sleepy, they could have had too much caffeine. Maybe they're new at the game. Maybe they're playing a character that's new to them, etc., etc. Just, accept people what they're offering you, and not trying to demand something different. And, also you don't have to play the game. If the game makes you feel bad, just stop. So acknowledging that is looking into myself and thinking do I like playing Overwatch or Vampire Survivors or Wordle or something like that, or I don't know, fitness boxing. Are these things achieving my am I getting what I want out of them emotionally? This episode's turned out to be kind of different. So let's switch tracks. So, another game that I've been playing, and I sort of count it as a game, and I just mentioned it, was fitness boxing, which I can show you some gameplay. It's not very exciting, because I am not going to show you what I look like while I'm playing this game, because that would be embarrassing, and not very interested in people seeing it. So you're going to see some blocks move up the screen while a 3D avatar punches at you. It's not very exciting. But what is very exciting is that it is what I've always struggled with working out, and as far as I can tell, the times when I work out the most is when I have something novel, like a new thing. And then the times when I've maintained working out the longest period of time was when I had managed to get into a groove, and it just became like a habit, like wake up, workout. And honestly, my favorite time of working out was, way back when. So the Xbox 360 has just come out, or it came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and after that, Microsoft came out with the Kinect, and I love that little thing. And the first, like, it wasn't like the best tech, and it had issues, but there was a game that came from that was like Nike branded, and you could put a trainer up on the screen and just like and they would walk you through exercises, like having a personal trainer, because the Kinect could actually help you correct your form, and it was I like that a lot. The main reason why I stopped playing was because my Kinect just straight up died, and pretty soon afterwards, you just couldn't find Kinects anymore. And I'm unwilling to develop the skills to fix Kinects, or I guess at this point, even get an Xbox 360 again. And the game wouldn't play on the Xbox One with the new Kinect, so I just fell by the wayside. But thinking about it's interesting to think about how what purpose games can fit, both in a more utilitarian standpoint, like what can they do for me, what can they do for my health, what can they do for my emotional needs, and then just a more grander idea about fun. What is this game fun? Yeah, that's this is a more contemplative episode than I anticipated. But maybe I can be a lot more contemplative when I'm sitting at my desk talking and not literally on a walk. Well, until next time, have fun.